Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the all-new 2024 BMW X5. This is the xDrive40i. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Check out their website, that link is down in the description. So this X5 is finished off in mineral white metallic and it has an MSRP just over $86,000. So let's start off today's review with what powers this X5. This has a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired to the 8-speed M Sport automatic transmission, and it now pumps out 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, sent through that xDrive all-wheel drive system. This weighs in just shy of 5,000 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons. You'll expect to see around 23 miles per gallon in the city, 27 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 117.1 inches. Its overall length is 194.3. It has a width of 78.9, a height of 69.5, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.7 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for the all-new 2024 X5, you'll notice that for the front bumper, it almost has a similar design as the M models. So we have the gloss black right in the middle, a little bit of a difference with the inlets on the side. They are now in the vertical position rather than having a little bit larger of a square. Now this model also has a lot of goodies. We have the M Sport package, which provides it with the matte black grille for the entire surround for the kidney design. Nothing new for the grille design. It has the forward-facing camera, even the active grille shutters, which will open to provide better cooling to that engine. This still retains the front sensor for the adaptive cruise, massive inlets on both sides of that, and we do have a new design for the inside of the headlight housings. So you'll notice with the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, the turn signals have a unique blip to them going through their cycle there. Very interesting to see. But that is pretty much it for the front end design as far as the changes go. And then very nice lines that come down the hood. Now for the side, this has the larger 22-inch wheels with the two-tone design and the M Sport brakes, which are finished off in blue. There is a trim piece finished off in gloss black just behind that. So not really any changes for the side design. We have two-tone for the power folding side mirrors that have the camera system as well as that turn signal, full moonroof up top, and then with that M Sport package, all of the window trim as well as the roof racks are also gloss black. And then we have a nice line that goes underneath the front door handle and right through the middle of that passenger door handle, and some nice contoured lines in the lower side skirt. You can see that protrude slightly just to give it a nice look, along with the wheel arches both in the front and the rear. Now for the rear of this X5, you will notice that the taillights have a change to them as well, very similar to the headlight housings with that turn signal design, but they are still LEDs, of course. This has a body colored spoiler with the third brake light, wiper blade in the lower section, power liftgate, backup camera, all these sensors too. And you will notice that the rear bumper, again, looks like the M Sport models with that trim piece going right through the middle and the body colored section for that diffuser. And then of course the dual exhaust. So with the exterior changes wrapped up, let's work our way to the interior. Now you can also remote start this just by triple tapping on that button 3 times. And then of course you can use the key fob to open up the liftgate, or you can use the button just underneath. The BMW badge and the upper section will open up. Now this also has a towing capacity right around 6,600 pounds. So it's performance oriented and it's also capable for towing too. Now to lower the lower section there, just push once on that button. And we have that tailgate design where you can sit on this if you need to, if you're tailgating or doing anything for the day, you have that available. And then for the interior, you have a good amount of space. This is a large SUV, so a nice flat surface with tie-down hooks. You'll notice there's also another hook on that driver's side. On the passenger side, there's a hook and a 12-volt. And then there's even storage up underneath the floor. So if I lift this up, we have the spare tire, and then you could utilize this for some smaller items if you have anything else that you would like to place in the back. Now there's also a cover that you can use, and you can even fold down the back seats, providing you with a lot more interior space, making this a very practical SUV. Now as far as closing both of these, you can put the lower one up individually, or you can just push the button up top and that will close both of them with the push of one button. You can also push on the lock icon too. So if you're walking away from the vehicle, of course it will automatically lock, and then you can go on your way. Now, as we work our way to the back door handles, unless it's a setting that I'm missing, you can't actually unlock the vehicle from the back door handles. So I do have to hit unlock on the key fob. And then for this interior, we have the white ivory, which is a nice combo with the exterior white. We have the wood trim, interior ambient lighting, plenty of storage in the lower section, and then some brushed aluminum accents. And then this even has the adjustable sunshade that you can use as needed. And then you'll see that same color work its way to these beautiful leather seats. And at 5'10", I can make my way into the back, where with the size of this vehicle, I have plenty of space. There's also storage pockets behind both front seats. We have air vents. These are even heated seats. And we have all the climate adjustments, which are finished off in brushed aluminum. Now there's a little bit of a storage bin underneath that where you could place your phone or other similar items. And then there's even auxiliaries in that lower section where you can charge electronics. Now, as far as headroom goes, at 5'10", I have around 2 or 3 inches above my head. And you'll notice too that we have the Alcantara headliner, which is a nice touch. But super comfortable and roomy to be in the back of this. And you will see right in the middle, we do have the armrest. There is a little bit of storage on the back section. And then the cup holders are in that front section when you need to use those. You can also fold this middle seat down if you need a little bit more access into the back area. And then as far as visibility goes, you will see that pillar's a little bit big, but we have large glass on both sides to really give you a lot of visibility. And you can even attach tablets and charge them for the backseat passengers. So you have those adjustments on both sides, which is nice. If you're going on a long road trip, you can have somewhere to attach those. Now, as we work our way to the front door panel, just like the rear, however, there's the memory seating adjustments. We have the massaging function. You can even adjust the passenger front seat by using that icon. We have the window adjustments, liftgate release, power folding side mirrors, and then everything else is the same, of course. And we have the fully automatic front seats with all the piping. There's even a leg adjustment, which is automatic. So if you need a little bit more leg comfort, you have that. And the M badge is also an illuminating badge. And this model has the Harman Kardon sound system as well. Now, as we work our way to the interior, we have the solid black leather for the steering wheel. On this left side, there's all the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. On this right side, there's volume and tuning, as well as Bluetooth and voice commands. And this even has the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. Those are finished off in brushed aluminum. But let's fire this up. With that button down below and my foot on the brake, we can bring this to life. And you'll notice right off the bat that we have the all-new infotainment and gauge cluster setup. This is something that BMW first released in the 7 Series, and now this is brought into the X5. So for the infotainment system, currently you can see miles per hour on the left side with the tach on the right side, and then there's some info right in the middle that we can scroll through by using this button right in the middle on this right side. So if I push on that once, now you can see content where I can scroll through and you can pull up this information in a large view right in the middle. So we have the compass as well as the map. You can even pull up a G-force meter, go into your media and radio. If I go over to layout, there are a few different settings just depending on what you would like to see. This is basically the calm screen. If I go back to this one, you can see that power percentage for the electric system that is combined with this engine. And then we are back to the display that you just saw. And then for the last one, this does have a head-up display. Currently it is showing miles per hour and the speed limit sign. You can also pull up the compass. And then the last one is the sport view, which will show the tach. So not a whole lot of configurability, but it gives you everything that you need on a daily basis. And then over on this left side, you will see a little bit of storage space down below where you can place some items. We have the headlight controls along with one air vent, more of that brush trim. And then as we look at the all-new infotainment system, this is the home screen where you can see navigation. We have audio and phone, as well as a few other icons that you can go into. You can even add some as needed, so just depending on what you need to go through for the day. Now on this left side, this is all fixed. So we have shortcuts into the navigation as well as the phone. You can go into your music. And then for these 4 squares here, you can pull up a lot more icons. We have driver settings, exterior lighting. You can go into the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have your seat comfort. You have a lot that you can scroll through to be able to adjust just depending on how you would like this to be set up. Now, if we go back to the home icon, you will also notice that the climate adjustments are fixed in this lower section, so you can always get to them when you would like to. This has a heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, and the climate adjustments, and then all of the passenger adjustments as well. And then we have the temperature controls on each side. So it's very nice, as you can tell, going through everything, that is fixed. So it's nice that you can quickly get to those. Now we have the wood trim interior, which is very nice to see. There's this weave pattern going all the way to the illuminating X5 badge, which is nice, surrounded with all the brushed aluminum. And then underneath that, we have power and volume for the radio, as well as tuning adjustments, front and rear defrosters. You will notice more of the wood trim down in the lower section, where if I open this up, this has the BMW digital key card, so you can use this in place of the key fob. This also has wireless charging just underneath that, and then a little bit of storage on that right side, 2 cup holders and some auxiliaries that you can use as needed. And now new for the 2024 BMW X5, we have the minimalized shifter here, so we don't have that huge stalk anymore. This model, it is finished off in crystal. In order to put this into reverse, simply just push it forwards. And now you can see with the top-down view and the backup camera, we have plenty of visibility, even shortcuts to get around the exterior. We have another icon here, the panorama view, where you can see full screen. If I go back to the 360, we do have the gesture control, so you can use that to go around the entire vehicle, or you can just push on these icons to further get that extra visibility. We have the top-down view that you can use as well, and then different settings to go into as needed. So you definitely have plenty of visibility. Now drive is going to be all the way to the back. If I do that one more time, you will see S Illuminate, which is for the sport mode. That allows you to use these paddle shifters, and then park is just behind that. Now on this left side, there's traction control as well as the parking sensors, and then we have the different driving modes. So if I push on sport, you will see that adjust and change to red. There's Sport Plus and Sport Individual. And then there's also a comfort setting, and then 2 different eco settings, again, just depending on how you want to drive. Now behind that, you will see the downhill assist control, as well as auto hold and the electronic parking brake. And then on the right side, this is not new from BMW. This is how you can further go through this information if you don't feel like using it as a touchscreen system. So you have all these shortcuts to quickly get to that info, and then the rotary dial to further go through all of that. Now right in the middle, we can push on that brushed aluminum button, and you will see we have a little bit of storage along with the auxiliary, and the glove box has an ample amount of space for all of that information as well. Like I mentioned earlier, this does have a full panoramic sunroof, so that will go all the way to the headrest in the back, providing a lot of light for this interior. We also have the sunroof adjustments, there's a call button, and then the dome lights are on both sides. As we set off now behind the wheel for the all-new X5, like I said earlier, this has an MSRP right around $86,000, and that can vary significantly depending on the trim level that you go with, as well as all of the numerous options that you can get. This one has probably 12, 15 grand worth of options on it with the M Sport, M Sport Pro, the adaptive cruise, all of that tech. So it has a good bit of tasteful mods or options for it. And then you can go to the xDrive, which is just rear wheel drive, or you can go with the M version that has even more power. So the xDrive is kind of in the middle, if you want to call it that. And this is not the first time that I've been behind the wheel of the X5. One of my favorite SUVs to drive, and something that in the future is going to be in my garage. I'm not sure when, but I really do like this vehicle. Now as we come around a turn, you know, it weighs a lot. This isn't the performance-oriented model, but we're up to speed. It's going to be hard for me to tell a difference between the power output and the 23 versus the small increase for this 2024, but it definitely has plenty of power to it. And we have it in sport mode now, so let's do that again. Not bad. It has a good exhaust note to it. There's no active exhaust system or anything, so just a normal system for this model. But with this 8-speed, super quick in those shifts. This is a style of vehicle that you're not really looking for performance out of your SUV, but BMW still incorporates that into their non-performance oriented models. So we don't have the extra horsepower, obviously, but we have the same transmission as you would see in the M version. And we just have a very nice handling vehicle, but it doesn't have that next level performance or handling characteristics if you're not interested in that. So we have a very, very nice, quiet, comfortable vehicle to drive. Massaging seats, which is definitely a bonus, just to give you that relaxing daily driving ride. I like the practicality. It's an SUV, so it's going to give you a lot. Tons of space, a lot of towing capabilities, which is very nice. So personally, this is what I would go with. My soon-to-be wife is, this is her dream SUV. So an X5 will be coming at some point, and I'm super excited. I have no complaints with the X5, so I know I am definitely going to enjoy this when that time comes. But let's take some of these turns. Man, it's a blast, and I love the new updates here with the exterior styling, the screen, the shifter. I think it's a nice, subtle-ish touch for this new model. And from second gear, here we go. Very quick in the shifts, but also pretty comfortable and quiet. It's not obnoxious. That's not the point of this model for the X5. But it's very quick to drive. It is super fun. And I just love when I get behind the wheel of this vehicle. Now we can tone it back, put it into comfort mode. The side bolstering support will actually relax a little bit. So in sport mode, they get a little bit closer to you, hug you a little bit more. So if you are doing some spirited driving, you almost have adaptable bolsters in your seats. So it's pretty interesting to see that. But for $86,000, honestly, out of other SUVs in this price point, I would lean towards the X5. And I say that because I've driven a lot of them, so I have a lot of experience behind the wheel. But just the fit and finish, what is available for the mid $80,000 range, even the high 70s, if you go with a different trim level or you get some less options, I think it's packaged very nicely for what you get. And that's why I would personally buy an X5 in the next few years. Hopefully it's in the next few years, just because I think it's the best SUV on the market, especially for the price point. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If you own something different, why did you choose to go with a different brand? Obviously that is subjective with what you're looking to get out of your vehicle and loyalty brands, everything like that. But I like it. It's definitely a nice vehicle to drive. Would be a perfect daily driver with the comfort that it has, the amount of space, kind of everything that I've already touched base on, of course. But for the new 24-year model, I do like the subtle changes. Larger screen there is a little bit more of a bigger change, but I like how minimalized that shifter is, and the exterior, especially with the M Sport package, giving it all the gloss black accents and a little bit different design for the bumpers. I think you have to go with that package for the X5. Some of the other models with the chrome exterior grills and the different shape in the bumpers, not my taste. So if you like that, nothing wrong with it. But I think they look a lot more sporty with all of the gloss black accents. So you have a lot of different options for this SUV, depending on your budget and what you are going to like. But that is going to wrap it up for the new 24 BMW X5. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.